I'm a sophomore. I have not declared my major yet, but my interests include economics, sociology, and entrepreneurship. You just introduce yourself and then
Hi, I'm Margot. I'm a senior and I'm an economics major and a math minor.
Yeah, I'm Lincoln and I'm a senior as well, and I'm a economic and mathematics major.
Yeah, so this summer, or I guess last summer, I was presented with the opportunity to do some foundational research in an effort to create a social justice index for Lancaster City. The beginning of the research was mostly theoretical, thinking about social justice indices that have been created in the past, and how to think about justice, how to think about power, and how to think about inequality. Specifically, how to approach those issues on a local level for a smaller city like Lancaster. Then we kind of shifted into analyzing and kind of dissecting non-government organizations, nonprofit organizations, and then a couple governmental organizations here in Lancaster City. It was helpful to kind of be able to organize the data in terms of what services are these organizations providing for people. How do they approach those people? Are they calling them clients? Are they calling them customers? Are they calling them participants? Just little language, little signifiers like that kind of let us know how is this organization approaching we'll call it a consumer base, or how is this organization approaching the people in Lancaster City who need their services. We were actually able to organize all of that data into a fairly accessible Excel spreadsheet. I don't know, many of you guys are familiar with those. So that kind of tool is useful for people that are part of the project already, or for students or faculty members that want to become part of the project. And kind of all the data is just laid out there for them. So it's a kind of tool you can kind of glance at for maybe 30 minutes to an hour and kind of get a fairly good picture of what we've been doing. That kind of segues us into the data collection for the Social Justice Index. One of the things that's very important is looking at what's available as far as the census and I think it's called the American Community Survey, in terms of what data is actually being collected on a local level. For example, there's going to be a lot different data for cities like New York or San Francisco versus what there is available for Lancaster. So that becomes important because we want our Social Justice Index to be as accurate as possible, because whenever you distill something like how just the city is down to a number, it can be manipulated and taken out of context and used for different agendas. So that's something that we took into consideration.
So I also did research this summer under Professor Kalari and Professor Zane and Professor Alecci, and I was addressing the question of who holds the power in Lancaster. And we had a hunch that there was a concentration of power through interlockings of connections through all the different organizations and nonprofits. So that was our starting point. And the reason I really liked my research is because I had a lot of freedom to collecting that data, but also my favorite part was putting together a visual. So a lot of my summer was trying to find all the different people and trying to figure out how we can show this power. So we decided to look at the board members of all the different authorities and commissions and government organizations, but then also all the nonprofits. And after doing that, we found that there was a bunch of people that were on around 6 or 4 boards. And from that, I was able to make a visual showing that. But that was definitely like my favorite part of the research. And then also, right now I'm working on the city budget. So we're in collaboration with Put People First, which is a grassroots organization in Lancaster. And they're here today. And it's been really awesome to get to know them, but we're working with them to help create a moral budget. So it's really awesome to feel that the work that I'm doing with the budget right now is actually serving a purpose with something outside of myself. And I think that's something that I've learned the most in the summer. Before this summer, I thought about going into marketing, which is awesome, but from doing this work, I feel like I have a more sense of purpose for like what I want to continue doing, because it's been so rewarding to work with different people and to feel like I have something to offer to the table, because we've been all learning together, the professors and Put People First. So it's been a collaboration. It's been very enjoyable.
So I'm majority of the time I work with Dave on the data collection part, so I'm just gonna talk about my personal experience. I think the research over the summer really gave me like a clear picture of what Lancaster is like and the basic demographic of Lancaster. And before doing the research, although being living here for 3 years for college, I don't really know Lancaster that much, but by doing the research, I learned more about how people live in Lancaster, what's the general economic landscape of Lancaster. So I think this research opportunity is very important, and I think students should be given an opportunity like that to learn more about the place and the environment they live in, and as well as the current inequality issue that's all over the country. And overall, I think it's a great experience, and everyone interested should be able to participate into it.
Yeah, so if you guys have questions, I guess we'll be around kind of lingering. Feel free to come up to us and say hello.
Invite them to,
Yeah.
to the research fair, even though you mentioned it.
Research fair, October 25th.
It's from 2:15 to 4. We'll be set up with posters. and-
Where?
Where?
In Martin.
Martin Light.
I don't really
Okay,
know
there you go.
where in Martin.
Martin Light.
First word.
You will find it. So there are other opportunities for collaboration with other departments.